Hey guys, welcome back to DDG. I'm sorry it's been so long since I posted a video. Um, this is the Diecast Dynasty Garage. Um, Today we're gonna do a little small video on the two Hellcat Chargers you see right in front of you. I actually did a makeover on the one on the left, which is the red one, of course, as you know. These are the Fast and Furious uh, movie cars. And I told y'all I wanted y'all take y'all through the process of what I did to uh, make that the car that it is now, which is the red Hellcat on the left. Um, the Hellcat on the right, as you know, is the original Fast X Charger that you can buy in Walmart, online, or wherever. But that's the original Fast X Charger in the original color. So as you see, I purchased two of them. And in the process of purchasing two of them, I wanted to do a transformation to one of them. And so I think it came out very well, but in the beginning, I'm not going to lie, it was really, 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 really challenging because certain things just wasn't happening the way I needed it to be. And I'm going to show you guys, a few things that was happening with this. But first, I'm going to show y'all the process of what was going on here. First, I actually took one of these, which is the original, in the original color, and I did a process of stripping down the paint. Now, in case you guys don't know, I'm going to put this in front of the screen. This is what I use to strip the paint down off the car. It's called Clean Strip Paint and Varnish Stripper, and it looks like a as you can see, it looks kind of like white. So it has like a yellowish type tint to it. And what I did was I put it all over the car, basically with a paintbrush. And as you can see in this illustration here, this is what it looked like when it was going through the process of stripping it down and everything. So it took me a matter of days to actually do the stripping process because it even though the paint was coming off fairly easy, there was still some spots that was kind of hard to remove the stripper from. But in the process of that happening, I did eventually get it all off. So, also, when that process was done, my next step was to soak the bare bone skeletal structure of the car in the water with all pieces separated. Of course, I broke down the whole car screw by screw, piece by piece, and submerged it in a round tub of water. And as you can see in this video, you can see the car actually submerged down in the water. So I let the car soak for a few days, just letting it, just letting the rest of the process play out. Everything as far as getting the rest of the paint off, any remaining paint particles or whatever that might have been left on the car itself. And so after that process, I took some fine grade sandpaper. Not coarse, but I took some fine grade sandpaper and I sanded it down to a shiny bare metal. And pretty much getting all the remaining parts of it, maybe little specks here and specks there, just to kind of give the paint a clean, the body a clean metal finish with no paint particles left, no spots, no anything. So once I got that process done, I went on and let it sit for a couple more days. Then I came back and I did a paint scheme on it. Now, I want to show you the paint that I used. Because in the grand scheme of things, it was supposed to be a one-step process. And this is what I used, the Rust-Oleum paint and primer, as you can see. So it does the whole process for you right there. Bonds to plastic, wood, metal, and more. Fast drying indoor and outdoor. So I posted up my bare metal charger outside, and it was nice and sunny outside. And I used this apple red, as you can see, apple red, and it's a gloss as well, an apple red color to the body parts. So I sprayed it, maybe gave it about, I want to say, a good 2 to 3 coats. Now the first 2 coats were fine. It came out good and everything, and it was great. But then all of a sudden I go outside and I said, well, to top it off, let me just go ahead and just hit it with a 3rd coat. So I sprayed it down with a 3rd coat, just making sure everything was good with it. And in the process of giving it a 3rd coat, I come back in the house, wait for about 15-20 minutes, come back out the house, and then I run into a problem. So now I was looking at the rooftop of the car up here, and there were like very fine cracks in the paint that I had put on the car. It was on the roof. I saw cracks in the hood, cracks in the side of the car. The only piece and part that held true to its nature was the trunk. The trunk was the only piece that really held together. It didn't have any cracks or anything like that in it. So I went on and I took some nail polish because it was basically a total disaster. So I took some nail polish and I removed all of the paint. I took it off the hood, I took it off the bumper, I took it off the roof. The trunk was probably the only piece I did not remove the paint from because it was fine. I took some paint off, maybe a little bit off the sides. I didn't take it off the whole body of the car, just a little bit off the sides. I didn't go down the sides of the door, but maybe up top where the mirror sits at, right along the lines of where the windows are. I took the paint off. So I thought about it and I said, well, since the spray paint didn't work, I would have to do it manually. And I did it using this. For a lot of people who are familiar with testers, paint testers, they have a good quality of paint. And this is a gloss red. As you can see right there, it says gloss red. I had 4 jars of this, but it only took me 1 jar to do about 2 coats of paint on this car. And I let it dry for a few days, and it came out excellent. I mean, it came out excellent. Now, another thing is, surprisingly, I could not put back the Hellcat logo as you see on the side of this one. I couldn't put it back on the side of that one simply because of the stripping process or whatever. So in that case, I did something even better. I'll turn the car to the side, and as you can see, I put the Hellcat logo on the side of the car, which I thought was awesome because I think it fits the grand scheme of the red-black theme. Also, another thing I changed is you can look at the original. The spoiler is actually the same color as the car. Okay, so when I was stripping it down, my first instinct was that the spoiler was metal, which I didn't know. But in the grand scheme of things, once I stripped it down and I seen the black coming through it, I was like, wait a minute. This spoiler is not the same color as the car, actually. It's actually a black plastic spoiler. So when I figured that part out, I was like, okay, well, we can change that. We'll change that. So what I did was I took the spoiler and I painted it black. And as you can see, it has that shine and that luster to it. So that is what I did with that. So I'll let you see the other side of it as well. There's the Hellcat logo on the other side of the car as well. And I think that to me was a great addition to putting that together because, like I said, ultimately I could not put the Hellcat logo back on the side of the car right here in this location, as you can see on the gray one. This is kind of small, but it's very, very detailed. And I don't know if I can get that much detailed with that. So I just kind of left it alone and said, you know what, I'll just go ahead and kind of do what they do sometimes and just go ahead and put a big, huge Hellcat logo on the side, which is what I did. And then I also did a repaint on the hood ornaments. I mean, the hood vents. It came out plastic here, but I think in the process, I painted mine's red, so I went over it with a black. As you can see, I went over it with a black, and I did that. Also, another thing I did was, as you can see, the antenna here is gray, but this one I did in a black. So I wanted the scheme of the car to fit. I wanted the scheme to fit everything that the car is saying, simply because the wheels are black, you know, and you can't beat a car with black wheels. Now, black on black, that is just, it goes with any color car. Black on black wheels go with any color car. So ultimately what I did was I wanted the scheme of the car to fit with the wheels. I didn't want the wheels to be the only thing black on this car, even though, as you can see on this one, it has the black going around the windows. I did the same thing with this one here as well. But also, I did another thing to this Charger that you probably won't see anywhere else. So I'm about to surprise you guys with something. So I'm gonna open these doors so you can actually get a glimpse. Now, take a peep at the inside of the original Charger. As you can see in the original Charger, there's nothing spectacular about the inside. It's just a plain black, everything's black, blah, 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 blah. You know, you don't really see nothing, you know, that stands out on the inside. You know, it's okay. It's all right. But now, let me show you what I did to the revamped version. So as you can see, I put in Hellcat. I put Hellcat mats in there. As you can see, the seats are decorated in a red and black. As you can see right there, it's decorated in a red and black. I have another set of Hellcat floor mats in there. And not just the front seats. If you can, if the camera will show it, you can see the back seats also have been decorated as well. So that is another thing that I did with it, because I want to bring out the car itself. Okay, so now here's the kicker. Now you're about to see something else for the first time that you probably won't see anywhere else. I added some red headlights. So I'm going to turn this light off here, so you guys can actually get a good look at it, because the light will probably take away from the look. But let me just turn on the light real quick so you can see how I set it up. So down at the bottom here, there's a switch that I hot glued to the bottom. And it's one of those CR2032 batteries that I wired down at the bottom. It doesn't interfere, you know, with moving. As you see, it's like if it rolls freely, it doesn't get caught on anything. So it has 2032 CR battery, and when you turn the switch on, check this out. Let me turn this light off so y'all can get a better look. It has red headlights. Awesome, right? Awesome, right? Let's turn that light off so you can get a better view. Red headlights. Red. Absolutely. I wanted to go with the scheme of the car once again. The red headlights was, I think, was a nice added touch to the car. And that's the feel and the look I wanted to get by adding that to the car. So, you know, for anybody who, like I said, as I've been saying in the beginning, when I first started doing the videos, if you want to explore, explore. And I told you guys that these cars sometimes are nothing but blank canvases. You could take these and you could do what you feel, what you want with these. See, now when you look at this, you could say to yourself, well, I can get 2 Chargers. Now, what do I want to do with mine? You know, in that case. So now you can look at this and just kind of get an idea of what it is exactly you want to do with your ride. You know, and I always look at my cars as a blank canvas, especially when this Hellcat first came out. It was just my thing of saying, wow, I think I have an idea of what I want to do with it. I want to buy 2. And now, let me say this. This was not my original idea. Doing the red was not my original idea. My original idea was to do a camo. I was going to do a camo on the second one, to be honest with you guys. I was going to do a camo. I was going to do a gray, black, and white camo to stick with the gray theme on the second one. But then I thought about it one day when I saw the red, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to do a red theme. And the minute I saw the candy apple red color in the store, like, just like that, I mean, ideas were already running through my head. Like, I want to make a Hellcat logo on the side. I want to deck out the inside. You know, I just want to make this thing nice. And it just came all to me all at once. So, I think in the grand scheme of things, this charger came out magnificent. Like, I can't put into words like how good this thing came out, despite the chaos that ensued when I used the spray paint versus me using the tester's paint. The tester's paint stuck well. I didn't have any problems with the tester's paint. It has a beautiful shine to it. It didn't present any cracks in the paint or anything of that nature. It was just absolutely, I mean, like absolutely unmistakably great. Just the way the whole process unfolded after I was able to put the paint on the car. Now, this was just an idea just to get you guys to see how I customize my diecast cars, how I do my collection. Now, I'm not saying you have to do your collection. What you do with your collection is on you. But this is how I embrace my collection. See, as an artist, me being an artist, I always see the bigger picture in something that's simple. I like to take it from simple to extraordinary. And that's always the way I thought. I always think outside the box when it comes to stuff like that. I like to think outside the box. I always like to think that whatever I have, something can be better. It can be made better. It can be customized better. It can have a better look than what you originally have. You know, and that was generally the idea that I had behind doing this. So this is one of the examples, one of many, which you'll see in other videos. This is just one of the cars that I did a custom design on. So I just want you guys to see the final product of what manifested from the makeover. And as you can see, the makeover came out extraordinary. Like, I cannot begin to even fathom like how good this car looks with the red and black effect. I still maybe have a little bit of touching up to do. Like, the only thing I still have to do, sorry about that. The only thing I have to do right now is here. Okay, as you can see here, I have a marker right there, which I'm going to have to put on this one as well. That's probably about the only thing I have left to do on this car. Other than that, the car is complete. Now, I'm not going to say it's totally dry, totally dry. Like, this one is probably still going to take a process of some time to actually dry out and really dry to the point to where I can kind of pick it up and things like that. Now, as far as the Hellcat design, I know you're probably wondering, like, how did I get it on there? Okay, once again, now because I'm an artist, I know how to draw. I'm already good in that department. So it was easy for me to just go online and kind of find a Charger or Challenger, whichever, with a Hellcat logo on the side. And basically, I took one of, like, a felt tip marker. Actually, here it is right here. I took one of these with a felt tip. Let me show you what the tip looks like. Very, very fine tip. As you can see, the tip is like very fine. A very fine tip. Camera is not picking up on it, but it's a very fine tip, as you can see. I use one of these just to make the outline on the side of the car. So I did an outline on the side of the car on both sides. And then once I was done with the outline, I took some black Testors paint. Once again, I'm using Testors. Here we go. Here's the Testors black paint. This one is a gloss black, as you can see. So I used a black gloss Testors paint for this, and I went on and painted it in using one of my very thin paint brushes, the ones that has the least amount of bristles, one of those pointed, like one of those pointed paint brushes. That is ultimately how it came out. So, you know, this is the end result. This is the end result. Like I said, I just got a few touch-ups here and there to kind of hit on, you know. Sometimes you look at it, you kind of see little things here and there that you just got to touch up just to make sure everything is just quite right, like the way you want it. So there's still a couple of things here and there I got to touch up on. But in the grand scheme of things, it's about complete. I am very, very, very happy with how this came out. I think this thing looks very, very good. And I showed this to a couple of my co-workers, and they thought it came out absolutely stunning. So especially with the addition of the red headlights, like, come on, like, it just don't get no better than that. And then you got your custom red and black interior with Hellcat floor mats. Like, you just don't get no better than that. So, you know, I think this just came out so good. And what do you think? You tell me, how does it look? Do you think which one you think is the best? You know, do you still like the original better? Do you like the upgraded version? You let me know. You know, write down in the comments what you think. You know, tell me what you think about the changes. Tell me what you think about the overall transformation of the whole process. And just leave it down in the comments. And, you know, and as for me, you know, I got to get back in the lab and kind of do some more touching up to it. But I just wanted to show you guys exactly what I was talking about when I said your diecast car is nothing but a blank canvas. Especially if you're the artistic type, especially when you're expressive and really enthusiastic about your diecast models, when you want to take them to that next level. I'm one of those people through and through. I just love to take any of my models to the next level, especially if it can be done. If it's possible and if it can be done, it's going to get done. And as you can see here, this is a prime example of what I was talking about. So, with that being said, I want you guys to do as I always ask. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the likes. Turn on all post notifications so that when I post videos, you will get them. I said I hadn't posted a video in a while, so I'm kind of trying to work my way back into the habit of posting more videos. So just check it out. Let me know what you think in the comments, and take it easy.